Friends, history has a funny way of concentrating the momentous and the tragic onto single days scattered across the calendar. June 3rd is one such day. From the birth of presidents to the deaths of popes and revolutionaries, June 3rd has borne witness to events that have shaped the destiny of nations. Join me on a journey through time. We'll be making 9 stops on our tour today, each marking a pivotal moment that unfolded on this date. On June 3, 1808, in a humble cabin in Christian County, Kentucky, Jefferson Davis, future President of the Confederacy, was born. As the President of the Confederate States of America during the Civil War, Davis led the Southern states in their fight to secede from the Union. After the Confederacy's defeat, Davis was captured and imprisoned for 2 years. His legacy remains controversial, reflecting the deep divisions of his time. Fast forward to 1944. The world is engulfed in World War II. Nazi Germany occupies much of Europe, including France. On June 3, 1944, just 3 days before D-Day, the Allied invasion of France, the Free French leaders in Algiers, led by General Charles de Gaulle, proclaimed the National Committee as the provisional government of the French Republic. France was on its way to being liberated. This marked a pivotal moment in the fight for freedom. In June 1940, the Nazi German Blitzkrieg trapped hundreds of thousands of Allied soldiers on the beaches of Dunkirk early in World War II. Yet a fleet of over 800 British vessels crossed the English Channel to rescue the stranded Allied soldiers. On June 3rd, British Navy Captain William Tennant tells Admiral Bertram Ramsay that operation completed, returning to Dover, noting the evacuation of Allied forces from Dunkirk was complete. British Prime Minister Winston Churchill insisted on coming back for French troops, and they did on June 4th. Over 338,000 Allied troops were to be evacuated. Let's shift gears to the vast expanse of space. On June 3, 1965, the United States launched the Gemini 4 mission. Astronauts James McDivitt and Ed White blasted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida. The primary objective was to test the astronauts' ability to live and work in space. But it was Ed White's historic spacewalk that captivated the world. Tethered to the Gemini capsule, White floated freely in space for 23 minutes, inspiring awe and wonder globally. From the heavens, we return to Earth, to the heart of the Catholic Church. On June 3, 1963, Pope John XXIII, known as the Good Pope, passed away. His papacy was a time of profound change and renewal for the Catholic Church. In 1962, he convened the Second Vatican Council, ushering in an era of modernization and reform. John XXIII's legacy is one of humility, compassion, and a deep commitment to social justice. His teachings continue to inspire and guide Catholics to this day. Our journey takes a somber turn to June 3, 1989. On this day, the Chinese government unleashed a brutal crackdown on pro-democracy protesters in Beijing's Tiananmen Square. For weeks, students and workers had gathered, demanding greater political freedom. The protests grew in size and intensity, capturing the world's attention. On the night of June 3rd, Chinese troops and tanks moved into the square, firing on unarmed civilians. The Tiananmen Square massacre stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of freedom and the human cost of political oppression. On June 3rd, 1989, another major event unfolded in the Middle East. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the supreme leader of Iran, died at the age of 86. Khomeini's death marked the end of an era for Iran. He had transformed Iran from a pro-Western monarchy into an Islamic republic. His rule was marked by a strict interpretation of Islamic law and a deep distrust of the West. Unfortunately, Khomeini's legacy continues to shape Iran to this day. Our penultimate stop takes us to the world of art and the dark side of celebrity. On June 3, 1968, pop artist Andy Warhol is shot and critically wounded by Valerie Solanas. Warhol was a leading figure in the pop art movement, challenging traditional notions of art. His studio, The Factory, was a haven for creative expression and countercultural experimentation. Solanus, a fringe figure in the feminist movement, believed Warhol was conspiring against her. Her attack highlighted the dark undercurrents of fame and the volatile intersection of art and politics. Our final stop takes us to 2016, to the passing of a global icon. Muhammad Ali, the heavyweight boxing champion and social activist, died on June 3rd at the age of 74. Ali burst onto the boxing scene in the 1960s with his lightning-fast reflexes and wit, but it was his outspokenness outside the ring that set him apart. Ali's stand against the Vietnam War and his advocacy for civil rights made him a polarizing figure. His unwavering commitment to his beliefs earned him the admiration of millions around the world. So there you have it, 9 moments in time, 9 stories that unfolded on June 3rd. Each story offers a glimpse into the complexities of the human experience. Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys through history. Until next time, keep exploring the past, for it holds the keys to understanding the present and shaping the future.